Hello guys, in this video I'm going to be analysing the physique of Jun Guevaru from Baki, also known as Mr. Second. Getting straight into it, the most standout feature and one you see on most Baki characters is his stupidly big neck. In real life this kind of neck would definitely give you sleep apnea, but it does make you look like incredibly massive and intimidating like all these Baki characters do. Along with that, he has some enormous traps connecting that neck to his shoulders and the rest of his body. In this picture you can see the size of those shoulders, huge traps, striations, his chest is massive and bulging as well. This picture you can also see the traps like through the clothes. Traps are one of those body parts where they make you look massive even when you're wearing clothes. Like traps, neck, glutes, forearms, these muscles all make you look huge when you're wearing clothes. Here's a really good shot from the front so you can see enormous shoulders, his huge chest, massive arms. Forearms are a very important muscle group for most Baki characters, certainly this guy, and he has some good abs, and you can kind of see the legs there as well. The legs are massive. Here we can really see the size of his lats, his chest, the tiny little waist that he has, massive forearms. Here's another look at his arm and the thickness of his torso and his rib cage. I would say the bicep here is more important than the tricep, but the triceps are certainly not lacking. In this one again, another kind of front shot, you can see small waist, big legs and massive forearms. And then another front shot. This kind of physique is what I would call an X frame or an X taper. So we have the V taper, which is where you have like really wide back and shoulders narrowing down into a small little waist. It looks like an upside down triangle. But the X taper is where you have that and also massive legs as well. This guy, like most Baki characters, he has a kind of characteristic look which is like that X taper, so big legs as well as the V taper, and like big extremities, so huge arms and forearms, calves, legs, and they have huge necks and generally a fairly small head compared to the rest of their body. And I'll just mention his glutes aren't that important. They kind of, them being small adds to like the X taper look where his torso is kind of smaller, he has a small waist and like midsection, and then huge legs, huge arms. So this is definitely an extremely advanced physique, and I would go as far as to say it's not possible naturally, and to get close to this would certainly take years and years of training. But if this is the kind of physique you want to achieve, you know, there are certain things you can do to kind of adjust your proportions to kind of match this physique. You want to keep your waist as small as you can and get your extremities as big as possible, so your arms and legs as big as possible. You need a very big neck, so you're going to have to train neck unless you naturally just have a massive neck. These Baki characters, including this guy, they tend to have like a short torso and very long legs and arms, which makes them look very limb dominant. So if you don't have that genetically, then you're not going to necessarily be able to achieve this physique exactly, but you can kind of achieve the illusion by wearing trousers a bit higher up your waist and tucking your shirts in. This is going to make your torso look much shorter and your legs longer, and that can give you the illusion of having this kind of look. But just to cover the most important muscles again, that's going to be the neck, the traps, shoulders, chest, biceps, forearms. You need a small little waist and massive legs. It's hard for me to give you a program for this physique because this is such an advanced physique that it would literally take years to get to this point. And along that journey, you're not just going to be doing basic linear progression like most of my programs are. You're going to have to like rotate exercises a lot, try out different volumes and intensities. But for like some general guidelines, I have put together a program for beginner to intermediate lifters, which is going to be 5 days a week and train basically everything except glutes directly, because the glutes aren't really important here. And the focus of this program is going to be to build that X frame or X taper where the outer extremities like the legs, calves, forearms and upper arms are very important. You want a tiny waist and then a big chest, neck, traps and shoulders. So I'll talk you through the program now. This program is using the optimal frequency and volume for each muscle group. So generally that's going to be between 10 and 20 sets per muscle group per week, and somewhere between like 2 or 3 days a week training each muscle. So for chest, we're training it 3 days a week on day 1, 3 and 5. So starting on day 1, we're starting with squats, 4 sets of 8 reps, so reasonably heavy. This is obviously great for your quads and glutes, but we don't really care about glutes. So you want to keep the focus on the quads here with your knees like over your toes and keeping your torso as upright as possible. Following that, we have bench press, fairly heavily loaded again. Great for the chest, triceps and shoulders. Weighted chin-ups, this is going to be good for the back and biceps. Dumbbell shrugs for the traps, very high reps, about 20. Barbell curls loaded quite heavily. This is going to be your heavy bicep work. And then calf press, 4 sets of 10. And then finishing off with some abs, doing weighted sit-ups for as many reps as you can. On day 2, we're starting with hamstrings. That's RDLs, or Romanian deadlifts, or stiff leg deadlifts, whichever one you prefer. Barbell rows for the back. Overhead press, this is your heavy front delt work for the week. And then farmer walks until failure, 3 sets. This is good for forearms and traps. And then skull crushers, you could use an easy bar. You could use a barbell or dumbbells. I like an easy bar. And then bent over lateral raises with dumbbells, fairly high reps just to blast the rear delts. And then neck curls and extensions, 3 sets of 20, because we really need to train neck for this program. If you have a small neck, you are not gonna be able to achieve this physique. Neck is crucial. On day 3, starting with leg press for the quads, like a moderate rep range, about 12 reps. And then dumbbell bench press for the chest. Barbell shrugs, this is your heavy trap work. Single leg calf raise, 4 sets of as many reps as you can. Dumbbell curls for the biceps in a moderate rep range. Upright row for the side delts, that's fairly heavy, 4 sets of 10. Hanging knee raises for the abs, 3 sets until failure. And then finger curls, 3 sets of 10. That is for the forearms. Day 4, dumbbell overhead press, 3 sets of 10, and leg curls, quite high reps, 15, cable rows for the back, leg curls for the hamstrings. Close grip bench press is your heavy tricep pressing work, and dumbbell lateral raise for the side delts. Farmer walks again, like on Tuesday, 3 sets until failure for the forearms and the traps, and then training neck again. Day 5, doing machine pec fly, or if you don't have that, you could do dumbbell pec flies. Leg extensions for the quads, triceps push down, high reps for the extension function of the tricep, and then hammer curls for the brachialis and the biceps. Cable lateral raises for the side delts, seated calf raises, and then weighted plank for the abs to help with intra-abdominal pressure, which is really good to have when you're squatting and deadlifting. Being able to brace your core, this is going to help with that. And then lastly, reverse barbell or easy bar curl for the forearms and the biceps. So this is a lot of work, 5 days a week, lots of weekly sets, a lot of volume. This is going to be a difficult program, probably not for beginners. But if you really like this look and you're willing to commit to this difficult program, then this is some really good guidance in the right direction. If you've seen my video on Toji's physique and you're interested in the complete guide to achieving Toji Fushigaro's physique, including a physique analysis and weightlifting or calisthenics training programs tailored to suit your needs and efficiently maximize muscle growth, check out the link at the top of the description. But thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know if there are any other characters you'd like to see. There are plenty other Baki characters I could do. I'm planning to do several on One Punch Man characters as well, because I love those physiques in that anime. But let me know what you thought in the comments. Any suggestions, leave them below. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video, and I will see you in the next one.